Welcome back, people. I don't know, it's your boy Kamani Brown, and as you guys can see, things are a little bit different. I'm currently not home and currently taking care of my mom. She just did a major surgery, but she is recovering well, so thank goodness for that. So here we are, right? Things are a little bit different, but the show must go on. And guys, I took the plunge. You would want to know what's in this case, and you're gonna find out very shortly. So, getting straight into this thing, I can't believe it. Technically, this goes against everything that I may have said before. You guys know what this is, right? And you know what? Putting this aside for a second here. Through this whole ordeal, this stressful ordeal, I can say without a doubt, for all y'all PlayStation Portal owners, I get it. I truly get it. This thing is not only a stress reliever, not only help me keep my marbles in place, with all the stressing, with all the worrying, but also help me to keep up with my gameplay. This thing has surprised me. I mean, first when it was announced, I was like, yo, this was like a complete waste of money. $200 to do the same thing that I can do with my phone or my laptop. But it definitely has its place. And it is definitely far better than either one of those two options. This surprised me, and really and truly, if Sony charged $300 for this, I cannot argue that it would not be worth it. It is. It is. And take my word for it, it is. Now, I currently live in Jamaica, as you guys may have known. This is a third world country. Internet is not the best everywhere. I am blessed enough to be living in Kingston, the capital of the country, so I have access to both Digicel and Flow, the two leading companies in Jamaica for telecommunications, internet, cable, whatever. For Flow, they quote it at like 200 megabytes per second download and about 100 upload. I think that's a package mom is on. I don't know. I'm currently at her place. At my place, I have Digicel. It's about 150 download and about 50 to 100 upload. Digicel seems to be a lot more stable though, because it's direct fiber to the house. Flow, it's fiber and coaxial mix. So coaxial cable comes to the house directly. You know how that goes already. So speed and stability. My PS5 is currently on the Digicel network back home, and I'm currently at my mom's house on Flow. No stutters. I'm not even kidding. This thing works almost exactly like I'm home on my system. Depending on your speed, your mileage may vary, but I'm telling you from my own experience, no stutters. I'll be turning this thing on later on in the video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. No artifacting, no stutters, no nothing. The house is fairly small, so the router is no more or less a couple of walls between the unit and the router at any point in time while being here. My PS5 is currently hardwired to the router back home. This thing has a 8-inch 1080p display, and I use a 4K TV. It is also a LED, but it is micro LED and full array local dimming, so I have good HDR performance up to 120 FPS in terms of frame rate. So I actually initially thought, yo, I'll be missing out a lot, but that's not the case with this thing. This only goes up to about 60 Hertz, but trust me, once you're gaming on this thing, especially for casual and story games, you really and truly cannot tell the difference. It's a very good screen. Things are very crisp on this. It feels like I'm holding the DualSense controller. The only thing I will say is that these sticks are a bit on the small side, as you guys can see right here. They're a bit small, but you know, you get used to it, and my hands aren't exactly, you know, big. So I love this thing. Really and truly, this is far better, and I'm not kidding, this is far better than using your phone or your laptop. At first I was like, yo, I'm not gonna buy this. I have my laptop. I could even use my DualSense Edge with my laptop to get the full-on extra buttons and all the other bells and whistles. However, there were micro stutters, and that's with me being literally right in front of the PS5, being hardwired and router right there, like literally like 3 feet away from me. And there were stutters. I died sometimes, artifacting, and I was like, yo, this whole remote play thing is still a joke. It's not yet ready for prime time yet. This changed everything. I took a gamble on this because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be here for a couple of months, take care of mom. I was like, yo, it's worth a shot. So I took the plunge, and no regrets. I stand behind this thing, literally and figuratively, and this is my surprise of the year. I'll even say this is worth more than the DualSense Edge in terms of functionality. I'll actually be using this thing. I'm going out on a limb here to say I'll be using this thing a hell of a lot more than my actual TV. Even when I get back home, I picture myself settling in bed at night with this thing. I love it. I love it, guys. I'm going to turn it on now. I mean, there's a bit of rambling, but I had to let you guys know my experience. I'm going to turn this thing on right now so you guys can see. I'm going to run through some, Final Fantasy Rebirth. That's what I'm currently playing right now. I'm enjoying every minute of it on this thing. I'm not going to lie, there is a slight bit of lag. You cannot get around that because of course it's not local. Everything is being streamed to this thing. But once you have decent internet connection, really and truly, you adjust to it. Like after about 5 to 10 minutes, you really and truly don't notice it that much. However, if it's competitive games, like of course, your fighting games, your Tekken, your Street Fighter, your Mortal Kombat, you will feel it a lot more. Of course, in Call of Duty, your Apex Legends, your Fortnite, you will feel it a bit more, but that is pretty normal. You will adjust to it. I'm not going to say you'll be king of the hill or king of the leaderboards with this thing. Who knows? Of course, your skill set will play a lot in terms of that, but let's just get this thing on, let you guys see what's going on with this thing. Now let's just do a quick rundown on this thing. Now here you actually have 2 speakers right up top here. You have the volume rockers right here. You have the power button and the PlayStation Link button here. Guys, don't even bother with the PlayStation Explorers. I still wholeheartedly do not recommend that thing, right? The USB-C port here for charging it, of course, and a headphone jack. This is what I recommend that you use. And as for the headphones, these are the wired headphones I use. I had to go for the box, people, so it's a very long name. The KZ EDX Pros, right? You guys can check out the specs here if you want. Yeah, very, very awesome. These things cost me less than 20 bucks. They have their own built-in microphone here, which also has a button you can mute or whatever. These wires are actually removable, so if there's any shorts or anything like that, you can easily get a new wire and you're good to go. However, these things are like less than 20 bucks, so I don't really see why I'd even bother to go that route. You could just buy another pair. These things are not only classy and beautiful, but they sound incredible, right? These sound just as good as my Pulse 3Ds, my new go-to, which are the Anker Soundcore earbuds. There is literally no compromise here aside from, of course, them being wired, right? Nice design, beautiful design. Cable is long enough. The cable is interchangeable, as I said. You plug it right in. There is zero lag to the sound whatsoever, and yet again, less than $20. The little compromise with the wire is minor. Yet again, do not waste your money on the PlayStation Pulse Explorers. Don't bother with that, people. Save your money. Put it elsewhere. Now, let's just power this thing on by pressing the power button, of course. Here you go. It's not fully charged, but here's enough to get us through this video. Now, pressing the PS button like it asked me to, and currently it's powering up my PS5, which is back home. Right now the screen's about what? It's at maximum brightness. For the sake of this video, I may turn it down slightly, just so that, you know, it's not overpowering the camera and everything. Alright, so yeah, I actually had to edit out the wait time because this did take about a minute or so. When you're just booting up the system for the first time out of rest mode, this thing, it takes about a minute, minute and a half, the most 2 minutes to, you know, come up. This play button here comes up right here in the corner, and you simply follow the instructions and press X. Good to go. Right, again, I was in the middle of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so this is it. Can just pick up right where we left off. Now I'm gonna actually max out the screen because this is a dark area, and you guys can have a look here. This thing is pretty nice, and whereas you won't really be seeing the true graphical prowess of this thing, with of course this being filmed off the screen. Yeah, I'm gonna them two up here. Alright, this is a new area to me. I haven't actually done much in this area yet in the story, and apologies if this is causing some sort of spoilers for people. So spoiler alert, people, I'm a bit late, not progressing any further just in case. But yeah, look at this. No stutters, no glitches, no artifacts, no nothing. You guys can watch my fingers, so you guys can have a feel of the lag, which yet again at this point in time I'm very well adapted to it. It's very minimal. I have no issues. I'm winning battles in this thing, no problem whatsoever. Right? So this is it. Not in an area where I can battle, so apologies for that. But let's just press the PS button here and go back home. And here we are, right? PS5 interface. Yet again, you can watch my fingers to see what the lag is like, right? Very minimal stuff. Let's just try out some Tekken now. Okay, I'm not cutting that out. So Tekken is currently on my on my external hard drive, which is currently not here or connected to the PS5 at this time. So screw that. So let's just try some Crash Bandicoot. This requires, you know, some precision, of course. This screen is gorgeous, and the speakers aren't half bad neither. Let me just turn them up to the max. So this is it, turned up to the max, and as you guys can hear for yourselves, it's pretty loud. Alright, pretty loud. Let's continue. Alright people, and here we are in some Crash 4. Right? Alright people, so here it is. Crash 4 is going to require a lot of precision, and it is playing pretty nicely for me. I am very rusty. I haven't played this game in a minute, but I promise you this plays a lot better here than it does on my phone or PC, trust me. And I suck at this game. It's been a minute. See that? I love this level. When the music does do a lot to help with the precision. Probably shouldn't have done that. Now you guys see this for yourself, right? Don't think I need to go any further in this, so let's head back out and, you know, try some good old fashioned Call of Duty. Yeah, so you guys can actually see this thing is live and unfiltered. My Call of Duty currently has to be updated. Very big update, as you guys can see, almost 47 gigs, and it has about 3.5 hours left, and I'm not about to run with that. But I think you guys have seen enough, more or less. I mean, unless you want me to run into some, cyberpunk here. This screen is beautiful. Guys, like 1080p is perfect for this size screen. I cannot see a pixel out of place. I cannot see anything. This is just like playing, like my PS5 is right in front of me. The internet, while not the best, by I guess depending on where you are in the world, the standards of wherever you are, if you're in North America or Europe somewhere with gigabit internet, this is a third world country, as I said. Speakers are good. This is awesome, guys.
Hey everyone, welcome to Info Flash.
And you guys can see, man, there's no artifacting, no glitches. You would be hard pressed to imagine this thing isn't being played normally. And look at this, Cyberpunk 2077 right here. To draw my weapon, which I'm not supposed to in this area. The adaptive triggers are working perfect. I'm getting resistance on these. You guys can see I'm not exactly pressing it that quickly. So this is pretty flipping cool, yo. I've never actually played Cyberpunk on this thing just yet. See if I can shoot somebody. Sorry, bro. This thing is awesome, yo. Yes. Sorry, guys. Alright, guys, this thing is pretty freaking sweet.
What's up with this fucking neighborhood? Oh, come on.
You guys see this happening, right? But that's enough for that. And the LEDs here look beautiful. Look at that. Right? Just look at these. Very, very pristine. So overall, guys, let me just back out of all of this. Head back home. This thing, I highly recommend it. I'm turning down the volume because it's pretty loud. So in fact, I'm muting it. This thing is pretty awesome. I cannot put it down. I highly recommend it. This is the surprise of the year for me. And so far, I've spent more money on the PS5 than the PS5 itself. This with my DualSense Edge and everything else. But this is the one peripheral I will say I mean, I don't regret getting the DualSense Edge, but I definitely don't regret getting this. I'm in art. This thing is beautiful. It does serve a purpose. The only people I think this is not for is really and truly people who, they're good with their home setup. They don't have any interruptions. But really and truly, when I do go back home, my mom's back on her feet, I'm not going to be putting this down. This is going to be my main gaming peripheral going forward. Like, the only time I really use my TV and my Edge again is probably when I'm just, when I'm ready to put in some serious online gameplay, competitive games, and I want to really and truly dominate those leaderboards. But this, I give this 2 thumbs up. I do have peripherals coming in. You guys saw this already. The case here that I have, this hard shell case, is cost me what, $10. I took a chance on this. I thought it would have been cheap crap, but it's pretty damn good. This thing is interfering with me. And put aside the portal for a second here. And here it is, hard shell case. This is just a design, doesn't really serve any purpose. Tough, has a handle, has a flap here to cover the screen. You actually drop the edge in here. Turn it off here for a second. There, turns off pretty quickly. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. This flap here, this tongue goes first. And you drop this on here. There it is. Screen's pretty well protected. You close it. Has a zipper here. Pack it up here on your way. Now, this is a charging cable. It also has a pouch here for your cables. The headphone here. You can just drop it in there. Close it. You're good to go. And that's it, right? Unboxing this thing was pretty bare bones. You get 2 boxes. The outer boxing for, you know, commercial purposes, which is more or less paper. The box that you pull out, and you're greeted with pretty much just this and a charging cable. But this thing, well, worth it. So this is the first peripheral I have. Pull it off. Use the tongue here to get it up. And it's out. Close it down. Put it aside. You're ready to go yet again. I have the screen protector to pick up from the shipping company. And that's about it. That's all I need, really and truly. The headphones that I'm going to be leaving a link in the description, of course. Those headphones are pretty awesome. For less than 20 bucks, you will need nothing more for sound. The screen protectors, I'll leave a link to that as well. And I'll, of course, leave a link to the case. I'm really and truly not so sure if I will be getting stick caps. A lot of people complain about the size of this, but I'm actually getting used to it. I'm not sure about those yet. I'm definitely also getting grips for this because, yes, this is pretty much the same size as a DualSense controller, of course, minus the sticks. But the screen does add some weight and it does feel a bit slippery. So I'm getting some grips here for it, some grip skins, and that's about it. I'll leave links to those as well if you guys want to check them out. This is the surprise of the year for me. I cannot put this thing down. Let's power it back on. Press the PS button. Now the PS5 is still on because I did not put it in standby mode, as you would imagine. Let's see how long it takes to connect. I'm not going to lie, it took a bit longer than I expected considering I did not put the system back into rest mode as yet. But can't complain about this thing, people. I love it. Even scrolling through the menu, the lag is imperceptible. Even I can't really tell unless I really and truly go looking for it. This is like running with my PS5 here in front of me. Even though this screen does not have HDR capabilities, I wish it was an OLED display, but even so, this is a damn good quality LCD display and I cannot complain at all, right? But yeah, guys, that's it. I mean, the show must go on. I'll be doing a video or two on the recommended peripherals that I'm getting for this thing. Yeah, no Tekken 7. Thanks for tuning in once again, people. We're here, you know, not the best at times, but I am thankful for how things are playing out in life and in gaming, people, and technology. So thanks for tuning in once again, people. You don't know, I'll appreciate a like, a subscribe, and of course hitting that little notification bell so you know when the next video is out. Things are slowed down a bit, of course, due to responsibilities and the lack of resources and location, but we're here and more to definitely come. So see you guys in the next one. All right, peace out and take care.